The truth about the masters and controllers is a very large topic with numerous aspects to cover. To give you a full understanding of the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Creating this series could be likened to creating a spider web. There are numerous lines that intersect and connect, bringing you to a central point. The only way to attempt this is to start at one of these points, jump from one to another, and circle around until the entire web comes into view. By the end of this series, you will understand the entire strategy of the masters and controllers. You will understand the role secret societies play. We will reveal the pyramid structure, where the masters, different level controllers, and the minions all have their place. Depending on where they fall, their motivations and goals will be different. You will see why each level does everything they do. You may not always agree with what they do and how they go about it, but you will understand it. I will tear down the illusion created by their system of deception. Part of that is exploring esotericism and revealing the purpose of the belief systems they condition us with and why. The number one goal of the very top level controllers: ensure survival of the human race.
Ship. Out of danger?
Yes.
Don't grieve, Admiral. Just logical. The needs of the many outweigh
The needs of the few.
or the one.
But hide the existence of the catastrophes. Everything that is done is about keeping people in the system, diverting attention, and hiding the catastrophe's existence. We will begin with the revelation. Revelation, noun, a surprising and previously unknown fact, especially one that is made known in a dramatic way. Something revealed or disclosed, especially a striking disclosure, as something not before realized. Knowledge is power. There are those who know secrets about our world that we, the slaves, do not. One of the biggest is the reoccurring catastrophe. They, the masters and the top-level controllers, live by survival of the fittest. By keeping this secret, they have a tremendous advantage of power, control, and survival over the rest. And by carrying on this hidden knowledge, they can also ensure the survival of the human race.
It was originally the task of each member of the order to be a compendium of all knowledge, all known knowledge. That was the reason for the long term of training. If humanity was totally wiped out, except for one individual, he should be capable of re-establishing everything from his own resources. The order, of which I may be the last member, by tradition came into existence after the last great cataclysm or catastrophe which affected the world. Now, with these great and terrible impacts on the earth by great electrical storms being caught up in the tails of meteors or showers of meteorites, civilization as we know it was totally destroyed.
The MCO is the secret above all secrets. When you look at the world through the lens of the ultimate goal being to hide the MCO, everything becomes clear. When you know that MCOs do happen, You can use logic to understand the reasons why they would hide it. Can you imagine what people would do if they found out? It would be chaos. Why hide it? For this simple reason. After each EMCO, they need to build civilization and technology as quickly as possible. Civilization would not be able to be built nor held together if people knew the truth. You can't rebuild without the slaves. If the slaves knew the truth about their world and about the intermittent and unpredictable timing of the reoccurring catastrophes, they would not be so concerned with the future, nor unwittingly work towards the controller's main goals. If they knew it could happen at any year, they wouldn't participate in all the meaningless things the controllers condition them into thinking are important. The controllers are not only in a race against time to build necessary technology before the next EMCO. To survive, they need to get to their bunkers before society collapses. However, they must stay in society as long as possible because they can only store a finite amount of supplies. But now we are in the time where everything is being revealed, for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Why are we in the revelation now, and what is it? One part of the revelation comes from the natural process of the visible events before, during, and after the EMCO. It is when the changes from the catastrophe process become visible. That is happening now. The other part comes from the controllers themselves. The controllers need slaves to survive the EMCO, to do the work and rebuild again, but they also need the majority to be sleeping slaves, to do the work during the intervals in between. So for long periods in between EMCOs, they keep people distracted and the secret well hidden. But because they will need some to survive, they have to put the truth out there. They have been slowly revealing the truth for years, telling the truth in the midst of lies, for few to decipher, to slowly wake some out of their sleep. Who are they hoping will pick up on the clues? People like you and me. But why leave clues instead of just coming out with the truth? It can never come directly from them after eons of deception. A mass announcement would cause rebellion, shock, anger, and chaos. A slow series of clues over time is their only option, to slowly wake some from their sleep without causing the entire system to crumble. The truth is always presented, even in the midst of the lies. They contradict their own model, their own stories, are sometimes purposefully sloppy to make the truth obvious for thinking human beings. They could care less about the sleeping, brain-dead zombies that can't think for themselves. The ones who will survive are those smart enough to see through the illusion and strong enough to do what it takes. The truth is, they count on there being those who can get close to the truth. But they fear not, because they know that they've done such a magnificent job creating the illusion that even people who figure it out will never be able to wake the sleeping masses.